Cinderella's Adventure. Once upon a time, in a village by the sea, there lived a beautiful girl named Cinderella. Cinderella was a kind and helpful girl. She lived a happy life with her mother in a small cottage. Her mother would tell Cinderella stories while listening to the sound of the sea breeze. However, when her mother succumbed to an illness, Cinderella's life changed completely. Her father remarried to share his loneliness. When her stepmother and her two daughters moved to the village, Cinderella's life became even more difficult. Her stepmother was a cold and arrogant woman. Her daughters were no different, treating Cinderella poorly. The stepmother forced Cinderella to do all the household chores while treating her own daughters like princesses. Cinderella spent her days cleaning the house, working in the garden, and fulfilling her stepsisters' demands. Every night, exhausted, she would go to the seaside and listen to the waves, dreaming of a better life. The sea was her only solace and source of hope. One day, while walking on the beach, she found an old bottle washed ashore by the waves. Inside the bottle was a yellowed map. The map pointed to a magical treasure hidden in the depths of the sea. Believing this map would lead her to her dreams, Cinderella began making plans. Every night, after her family had fallen asleep, she secretly prepared for her journey, returning to her chores by day. During her preparations, she sought help from the wise old man of the seaside village, Deniz Dede. Deniz Dede shared his knowledge about the sea and warned Cinderella about the dangers she might face. One stormy night, Cinderella was ready to escape. While her stepmother and stepsisters hid in fear of the storm, Cinderella quietly slipped to the shore and got into a small boat. In the middle of the sea, she followed the map. She bravely navigated through the huge waves and strong winds. After struggling through the night, she finally reached the spot indicated on the map. Amid the waves, she saw a bright light underwater. Summoning her courage, she dove into the water and found the treasure the map had pointed to. Instead of gold and jewels, the treasure contained magical pearls from an ancient sea fairy. These pearls promised true happiness and freedom to their bearer. When Cinderella brought the pearls home, her stepmother and stepsisters were unaware of their power. However, the magical powers of the pearls soon became evident. With the pearls, Cinderella was no longer forced to work every day. She began to live her own life. The magic of the pearls gave Cinderella wisdom and courage. She was now able to help not only herself but also the other people in the village. After some time, she met a kind-hearted prince. When the prince heard about Cinderella's hardships, he wanted to help her. Together, they rebuilt Cinderella's life. Cinderella and the prince established a foundation to help orphaned and abandoned children in the village. Her stepmother and stepsisters, unable to understand Cinderella's changed fate, continued to live as they always had. Finally, Cinderella achieved the freedom and happiness she had dreamed of. Using the magical pearls, Cinderella also began helping other people in the village. The villagers were in awe of her courage and kindness. In the seaside village, Cinderella's name became legendary. The magical pearls of the sea fairy changed not only Cinderella's life but the lives of everyone in the village. Cinderella's story continued to be told as a legend whispered by the sea. Cinderella and the prince continued to improve the lives of the people in the village. Every Every year, they organized a grand festival by the sea, bringing the villagers together. At these festivals, the story of Cinderella's bravery and the miracles of the sea fairy were told. People found hope and courage in Cinderella's story. Cinderella's name was remembered and told for years as a symbol of goodness and courage. Thus, Cinderella's story was passed down from generation to generation, and the seaside village continued to live in the light of Cinderella's courage and kindness.